population of Ware County, but it's still there. You know, we're still citizens, and we want to be heard and seen, and know that it's not just going to sit there forever.
You're right, we live in a county of 906 square miles.
Right.
And, Mr. Manager, I know you communicate with that stuff in your lap because you got direct contact with each DOT official.
One call gets it all. Paint job, stick job, roof and shingles, whatever you need. We have been in correspondence with DOT, and I just want to let you know that hopefully you're going to see this issue resolved very quickly, and the parts, quote unquote, have been ordered. I think if we install them properly, we've been in correspondence with them, that we can get the bridge open. We've got another one in the Manor Community Camp Ranch, which isn't nearly as big a detour, probably 4 or 5 miles, but it is important to us, and I think you know as well as I do, when they reconstructed the one at Purdy Lee Road, in the short term, we had to punch through that bridge and drive some piles to get it temporarily reopened. If that's what we have to do, we have to do it, but we're in correspondence with them. We think we've got the right parts ordered, and upon installation, we hope we get the inspection very quick and we get you reopened very quickly. But quote unquote, we think we've got the parts now that have been shipped to us and are delivered as we speak. So it's not going to sit around. You are right, it is a major detour for you. You know, everybody can Google Earth now, so we knew right off the bat what a hindrance it would be for your community. But we will, like I said, it's on the top of our agenda. When we've got all the right parts in, we're going to be out there. We've got some welding that we have to do on some parts. We're working on that right now, and as soon as that gets done, we hope to be able to open Hog Creek Bridge back up.
Yeah, and I appreciate the effort that you guys did here. I mean, it's sometimes hard to be sitting here and listen to people's opinion, and I'm not here at that. I just want to encourage you, if there's anything we can do as citizens, let you know that we appreciate your efforts, you know, to keep us safe. And then we're also facing other safety issues with the detours that we're taking. You know, I've even, my family lives on the other side of the bridge. My husband's from Beakley, that's why I was out there. And I love it. You know, I wouldn't change it for the world now. But you know, my precious jewels, my family, I've told them I will come to you. I don't want them traveling on those back roads, and you know, because they may decide they're coming at 9 o'clock at night. So, you know, it's kind of like, and I can, you know, as far as the church issue, I will tell you that not this Sunday, but last Sunday, I was coming home from my church, got to my dirt road, and there's somebody walking down the road, and that doesn't happen in our community. And when I stopped, it happened to be Melody Lee, and I said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I parked at the bridge." She walked from the bridge to Beakley United Methodist Church and was walking back. And I said, "Melody," she said, "well, the preacher's been preaching about getting exercise, and that's what I'm doing."
Hey, Team Lean. I'm on Team Lean right now. This thing.
So she, you know, I said, well, listen, I'll park my car on this side of the bridge, and we'll switch cars on Sunday morning, and we're just joking back and forth. But I mean, that's the kind of, you know, that's what we're facing with this. It's just you just feel like you're just, you know, and I can go to church at Beakley United Methodist Church, but that would be like me inviting you to come eat Thanksgiving dinner with me. You're more than welcome to come. They would welcome me there, but those aren't my people.
Right.
You know, I'd rather sit with my church family and with my preacher who knows when I need his lesson.
Right.
You know, that's on the lighter side of the issue there. That's just one of the things. And you know, I'll tell you, my father-in-law was the one who, the Friday when the bridge got closed, Saturday afternoon, I get a call that somebody's called the law to him. Well, his biggest concern was getting to Beakley Baptist Church Sunday morning to teach his Sunday school lesson. And he had my nephew to go and move the bridge over. You know, and so when they call and tell me, "Papa," you know, and he's not in the best of health. "The law's out here, well, Papa, I'll talk to him." So when I get over there and realize what's going on, he said, "You know, I'll have to get up in the morning and leave the house at 8 o'clock to get to church on time. But I won't do it no more, Gene, I promise."
The Lord was calling.
And I said, "Now what are we going to do at church with you in the morning when they find out that you've been breaking the law?" Yet he didn't even, none of that even came in his realm of thought. You know, his thing was, I will scoot it back. And his grandson had a brand new 4-wheel drive. "Come on, Jay, I need you to do something." You know, as far as I knew, they were down there fishing off the bridge because it was closed, is what they were supposed to be doing. But, you know, that, and with somebody, you know, it's just like a cat. When you back a cat in the corner, they gonna come out. And it was just such a sudden change and a life event for us. But
Well, it was for us too. We get the notification and it's an auto response to Public Works because we don't want to have that issue of, well, they knew, and then it's a catastrophic event, and then all of a sudden it's lying on our shoulders because, you know, we get all the positive
I know,
news.
I know you do.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
and whenever I got the call that it was that morning, I called the DOT. I talked to Kevin Sharp and I told him, you know, listen, I saw you out there the week of Christmas inspecting that bridge. How come it's 2.5 weeks later and you closed my bridge on a Friday morning?
We only got the letter
Well,
here recently.
Well, it's because of the government issue. He had to make his recommendation. It had to go to Atlanta. When Atlanta decided to look at it, then he got the call to close the bridge. So that's my point in being here. You know, we're going on 3 weeks now. So if somebody's got that paper, don't wait on them to pull that chain. Because if something had happened and one of my family members coming across that bridge, I would never forgive anybody. You know, like I said, I certainly appreciate the efforts to keep it safe. That's no issue. But just try to drive it on in there. You know, or if it's gonna take a while, you know, make us see, if they could build bridges in World War II to get tanks to cross over in Europe, we can do it now to get us a little bridge across there.
We were gonna put a posting starting in February about a timeline of when we thought things were gonna hit, but we're in hopes that it's gonna hit quick enough where we don't even need to build that link on our
That's right.
website. That's our hope. If things go south on us, so to speak, and we don't get that, we will get that side up. But like I said, long story short is we didn't feel the need. We met with staff and
Right, well, I
we
certainly
think we've
appreciate
got the fix right upon getting it
And I appreciate
fixed.
that, you know, and I just want to tell you all, I really do appreciate you. I was just here to just get you all as one and voice our concern and, you know, let you know that we appreciate everything that you do, but please don't let us sit on the back. I mean, we're a small part of the community. We're probably less than 1% of the population of Ware County, but we're still that percentage.
It doesn't matter.
You know,
And it is God's country.
You know,
right
we're,
there.
yeah. You know, and then I'm the mouth of the community. You know, everybody comes to me because I've been known to do that. But I try to be professional and appreciative.
That's why I pointed my hand in here because he has got a direct line with DOT.
Right. So,
I couldn't answer the question.
You asked what you could do to help as a
Mhm.
community. You can tell them everything you've been told.
I will.
today.
I do plan on doing that.
I
Yeah,
get
when I was
lots of phone
talking.
calls,
Right.
and that's going to continue,
Right.
but if you just
Yeah, they
spread
will,
the
because,
word
I
that
mean,
it's
there's
going a
hard-headed
lot
folks out
quicker,
there.
you know.
But, you know, I mean, it's just the way it is. You know, they are, I mean, I live amongst them, I know how they are.
If you just put the word out there that we are expediting this as much as
I
possible.
certainly will. You know, that's my intention, to go back and tell them
And it's like I told you, tell them what I told you on the phone. I would rather everybody in that community hate me as your district community, as your district commissioner. I'd rather you call them badmouth me than have one life lost.
Right.
Because we overlooked the
Right,
same.
and you know, and I certainly appreciate that, you know, like I said, if something happened to one of our precious jewels, that it would have.
It would be
you know,
our fault.
It would.
And we're not.
But then, you know, didn't realize too on the other side, the reason why we want to expedite it in a hurry is because we're still, you know, in the name of safety, or the way that we have to travel. I mean, Nichols Highway is just as narrow as it can be, and it's got more potholes than you can imagine. Now, I will venture to say that there's more potholes on the Coffee County side than there is Ware County, but it's still not a nice road. to travel.
Exactly, Mr. Attorney. He's Coffee County Attorney.
Look, I'm just gonna say that my people live across that bridge too, and so if I want to go over there, I've been holding it in, but here it is.
Right, there you go. I mean, you know, yeah.
Any other commissioners have anything they want to ask us then?
Just appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you very
time
much.
and where you're
Yes,
working
ma'am,
on.
thank you for coming. All right, Mr. Mickey, something. State your name and address for the record,
My name is Mickey Sumner, I live at 3417 17th Street in Waycross. I'm another disgruntled citizen about this railroad crossings. We had a pretty good discussion on it earlier, and they talked about every 2 months y'all have discussions with things. But discussions aren't worth a flip if you don't get some kind of action. We, like Mr. Aldridge said, we met with Mr. Logan back in the fall, and he said that he did not realize that they were blocking all these crossings. But how can a man in his position not know what they were doing? And they'll pull trains out to get them on line, get them where they say they're on time, and won't even have a crew on it. and sit there for hours and hours. I know y'all get tired of hearing this stuff, but we get tired of having to tell you too. The other morning at 4 o'clock, they blocked all three crossings on the west end. The next crossing is 5 miles down the road, highway, and it's on a dirt road crossing. All right? And most people don't even know where that crossing is. And a lot of people that come through trying to miss the high school traffic, they come around through the 8 Mile Post Road and they get there and the crossing's blocked. Even if one of the other ones are open, they don't know they're there unless they live in that area. And they're going to close those two. And that would be the only crossing within the situation. If they had the crossing blocked that morning from 4 o'clock in the morning till 9:35 that day, all three crossings. That was on a Tuesday. Last Saturday, I knew it was blocked at 7 o'clock. And they, at 5 minutes after 10, they broke the train and opened the crossing. And don't tell me if they're going to block the crossing, if they know they're going to be there, why don't they break the train, at least break it enough to... I rode down the track Saturday morning to see how much room was in the rear of the train. And I estimated from 1,000 to 1,200 feet. And they were less than that across the Needham Road crossing. They've got these computer systems that show where those trains are. Why did they pull all that for? I know they pulled it so they'd make sure they cleared the crossing there, you know, for the other lane. But the thing about it is, if that computer tells them it's clear, they ought to be able to stop. But they just keep going, and then they'll stop. And then if you try to say anything to them, they want to get crafty about it, you know. But I don't understand. And Mr. Logan, he gave us a telephone number, like I said. You call him and you don't get him. All you get is his voicemail, and he won't return the thing. So there was a lot of suggestions about having an annual meeting with a group from Jacksonville to come up here. I'd like to get in on that too, if I could. Yes, when they're going to have it, and help get some people up here to help discuss it with them. Share with them. But in the meantime, who has jurisdictions over the railroad?
Federal court.
FRA. The FRA. Okay, the FRA. Who is in charge of the FRA in this district?
I don't know.
Isn't there some kind
Out of Jacksonville, if I'm not mistaken. I think they're also located out of Jacksonville.
It's a southeastern district. I mean, it's multi-state, so I mean, it's not.
But wasn't there an agreement, or I understood there used to be an agreement that they wouldn't block the crossing more than 15 minutes.
I don't know, sir.
I don't know that for a fact.
There's a courtesy agreement that's 20 minutes as a courtesy, and that's all that is. That's how
Just courtesy, which they don't even.
They interpret it differently than
As it stands, they have the right of way no matter what.
Right.
Well, we may want to call Clarence Good. He's a resident of Wake Rock, born and raised.
I understand, but, you know, they'll get things out there trying to make something look good on paper. Oh, we got all these trains out on time. Well, sitting out there, why can people in Jacksonville, they're so stupid that they can't realize you pull a train out on time, and 12 to 15 hours later it gets to a destination 100 miles away. Then they can't figure out what in the world going on.
They make good money.
It's just, just ridiculous.
Pays good.
I understand that there's a lot of things involved, and I understand that y'all's hands are tied to the point, but we got to need some type of recognition, because of the CSX is big on safety, unless it affects them. Now, I worked out there for 32 years, and I know, boy, they'll preach safety, But if it takes something to do the job, if you'll get it done, that's all right. If you don't get hurt. So, you know, I want to be in on the thing when they have that meeting, please.
We'll make sure that that's recorded here, so then when that comes, you know, when that meeting's being scheduled, we'll try to get everybody.
I'd appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate anything that, if it comes up before then, that would be of any knowledge, I would appreciate having that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Commissioner, y'all got anything you want to add?
I think he's covered.
Thank you for coming.
Well, I appreciate y'all's time.
Can you write yourself on
I'm
that?
sure you have major contact information.
So we'll be sure you get notice. All right. Are you ready for first item? No, we need to. First item, appointment to the request to appoint ex officio for 2016 DWDA board. Ain't you want to continue to serve?
Yeah. Unless somebody else. No, I'm fine with that.
Thank you very much. That's your pen.
We took care of that.
We took care of that.
Really well.
Yeah, he took my place. You have to say that.
Strike that. You tell.
Okay. Recommendation will continue. All right. Item 2, election of vice chairman and chairman pro tem.
Are you?
It was me.
Vice Chair.
Well, go ahead and do it this year. All right.
Okay.
It's a big job.
I don't know.
He's out all the time.
I know it, he's always missing me.
I think I'm just going to meet
Yeah.
in 8 years.
That's because of the
7
six.
years, yeah. Surgery.
Faking an injury.
Faking it in.
Yeah.
That's what faking. Get you a rotator cuff surgery.
I hear you.
All right. Request approve amendments to the, oh. You want to be the pro tem? Okay. Let's keep those two same as last year. All right, item 3, request to approve amendments to the WWDA joint resolution between the city. I'll let the manager elaborate on that.
I think we've got some stuff to hand out that's fresh off the press. Okay, everybody have their copy? Representative Spencer just sent us an update on what the legislative council's opinion is about the appointments to the WWDA board. And out of that comes the General Assembly and the Legislative Council opinion that both governing authorities need to appoint to that board. It was agreed upon early on that membership cannot be changed to 8, from 8 to 9, so we revert back with the school board appointment to make it 9 instead of 8. Move it back to 8 members. And also that as part of those 8 members, keep it in line that they sit ready to amend this legislation or enabling act to reflect that all appointments come from city and county commission. 4 and 4. 4 and 4. So I guess with authorization from the board, if you authorize us to draft it that way, we can send it around for signature between city and county, and they wanted it to be unanimous and record the unanimous vote.
And if I could just jump in a minute, just by way of history. The resolution that was adopted had a ninth person, it came out of committee, and we discussed in the last meeting that some issues about whether that change could be made in light of how the original authority was set up under the Constitution Amendment. So that opinion that goes with 8 and 4 and 4 is what we really thought probably would be anyway. So I don't think You know, I think that really, we just need, unanimous guidance and vote to amend that resolution so that it will reflect that we're recommending that we stay with the 8 members, and there's 4 from the county, 4 from the city. And I don't think there's anything any more complex than that.
Well, here's the problem. Commissioner Nelson had to leave.
That's right.
And so what we probably need to do is have another
Special call.
special call meeting to get everyone's vote
Yeah.
so that we make it unanimous. Had we taken it up earlier before you had to leave, it would have been unanimous.
We just didn't, not until I see him leave early.
Could we call him?
Yeah, we can call
it.
it. Let's get him on the phone.
Can we do that, Mr.?
But he has to,
He's going to Baxley, he said, I think.
Yeah, he had to go referee the
he can
ball.
hold that phone
Yeah, he can.
twice annually.
Yeah, I don't think he's done that at any
Well, we
given.
beginning of the year, I'm just trying to think of exactly what the basis for, would be.
Well, here's the thing. Why don't we call him and let him tell you, or the chairman, how he votes, okay? If that's the way we want to do it, but it has to be unanimous.
Yes, I think so.
So we just failed to bring it up sooner.
Would it still be unanimous with
Yeah, It's
votes?
got to be the 5.
Yeah, we could have stopped our, we could have stopped our.
Well, can we have a quick hitter
We
some
can,
other day?
well, we'd like to get it done.
We got something about the funding and all that we may need to look at too.
Okay,
How
well,
about that?
let's do it pretty.
Let's see when he's available, when the rest of the board's available sometime later
Call
this
meeting
week.
specific.
We'll be
And
at
we'll announce it
Only
as
that.
required by law.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
And then what we'll do in the meantime, we'll go ahead and draft up the short resolution so we actually have a written document. And as opposed to recording the vote, we'll actually approve the document and have it executed.
That's the way to do it.
Just come up one morning just for that.
That's fine.
We have 10 hours.
Good enough. Okay.